Okay, so I'm already pretty far into it. You gotta take off these side fairings under the seat, and then the seat bolt on both sides. Pull the seat up, and then you dig out the wires here. License plate left turn, right turn, and then here's all the wires. Take off the 4 bolts. That's gonna slip out. Don't worry about this big top one. The big top one is gonna be your tail light. Just these 3. You gotta unloosen those reusable zip ties. So this is the kit. You're gonna reuse that rubber grommet and reuse your stock signals. And here's the 4 bolts, and they give you spacers. So all I have to do is take off the 4 bolts underneath, and it should come right out. All of this is connected, and you reuse your license plate light with the spacer. That's gonna go, I don't know. I guess it just pops in there in here. We'll see. I haven't taken that apart yet. But this is only like $30 Amazon. Comes with bolts and stuff and spacers, but the other one is like 80, and they're always sold out. So this one's aluminum with powder coating. So we'll see. The hardest part is to get out this wire and this wire so far. To dig your hand in there. Just don't pull on them too hard. All right, take the big giant fender off and the blinkers. Snag here is all the bolts are out. However, somehow this thing clips into something here. I'm gonna have to watch the video of the other guy. I don't see how that clip is. Oh. Or you can just pull it down slightly and it pops right out. All right, there's the clip right here in the front. That one. So, wow, I barely pulled on it. So just there's the hole right there. You just gotta push that clip in, and whoop, this shit pops all out. And then here comes the wires. Hopefully. Probably gotta do them one at a time. Probably gotta put the camera down. But yeah. Wow, what a trip. I was like, how is this coming over here? There's the wires coming right out. There's your bear. There's your giant fender. So I'll take all the shit off it. I'll take all the blinkers and stuff off and put it on the new one. We'll come back, it should be done. Wow, what a difference. Oh, smooth. So you gotta gotta remove that outer shell, the cover that goes over here. Got these 2 screws, 2 more, and then one that goes up here. And then the wires exposed, cut the zip tie out. And then these 2 down there, that hole, that's where the grommet is for your license plate. And of course you gotta take 2 8mm bolts off of your blinkers. Keep track of it, because they're, you don't want to turn left and you're going right. But here's the piece with the license plate light in it. There's the grommet. You reuse the old screws, and the grommet just pops right in there. This thing is so easy. It's so far. I'm gonna put the stocks on and run the wires through again. And I don't see how there could be an issue unless I put the blinkers on backwards, but this is so straightforward. It's so easy. And this center block, somehow mine got spun around and the thing wouldn't go together well. It's directional. So if this doesn't go together flush, spin this around, because one has a pin and one don't have a pin, and spin it around, it'll go in. I don't know how mine got spun around. It's weird shit that happens when you're working. So it's easy. And then just gotta take those stocks off and put it all back together. Just Phillips head, some Allen screws, 10mm, 8mm, just a Harbor Freight $10 kit. You can do it. Luckily too, my bike is new and they already busted those screws free because they put the battery in it. My bike had 0 miles when I bought it, and they had to make a battery. So they had this all taken apart already, so the screws weren't overly, crazy ass snapping tight. So yeah, it should be done here in about 10 minutes. Get it all up in there mounted. The screws, there's spacers that go between there. See, little silver spacers, so you don't crush the wires. To get all 3 of these wires through the hole they give you right here in the bracket is very, very difficult. But when it's all together in there, it makes like a watertight seal with all the insulation. It's nice and snug. I would imagine a lot of people would probably try to waller that out, but I don't recommend doing that. Just take your time. Gosh dang fingers, man. And do it. Do it. So these gotta run back down here, but they give you these long screws and these extra washers. I'm assuming that these go down to lock these in. A 10 millimeter. So once I get my head, hold it with the Allen wrench on the bottom and lock those in, those ain't going nowhere. Toolkit. So yeah, it's on there. I don't have the best background to show, but I gotta adjust the one blinker. It's facing up a little bit more, but it's exposed, just the 8 millimeter, because they clock this way. That one's pretty straight. The other one's going up a little bit, but just gotta face them down, and then when you tighten them, you tighten it up to where it's level. So let me see if I can't get these nuts on. There's the old Fender. I'll get these nuts on. I'll get the wires. So black is right and gray is left, and the license plate light is white. So let me run all this crap back through all these looms and put those nuts on. See what happens. But getting these wires through the piece is the hardest part of the whole job. And these screws, being that they're so long, if you don't have like a 4 millimeter Allen socket, like a 1/4 inch, a nice long extension with like a little, I have all that at work. I don't have it here. Doing it by hand, my fingers are a little like sore from doing it for so long, but you know, get it done. Take your time. I ain't in no hurry. It's all for enjoyment, not for fucking payment. All right, there it is. I put all the seat back, wires, tie strapped it, the little side covers, the seat, back seat. I angled the blinkers so they're facing the road straight. They're not angled up. They're not angled like this. They're angled like this now. Can't do anything about the license plate. It's one piece. I think it should be angled a little bit more, because when you look at it from the back, you can see the white light of the freaking license plate light. I think that's kind of stupid. They should have a little plastic piece when this goes in to fold it, cant it down a little bit. But it's done. Looks way better than that giant Fender. It's like 25 bucks on Amazon. Has all the bolts. All the bolts are good. Like I said, you double nut the inside. Got all that done. This thing ain't going nowhere, man. It's the hardest part is feeding the wires through that hole in the bracket, and then feeding that same tie strap over here, that reusable tie strap. I kind of just used the tie straps they gave me and made my own style, because there's a lot of extra because you're moving it up. But yeah, I kind of don't like the way the license plate light sits at an angle. I wish it was straight out. I'd rather have it straight out, but I'll get used to it. It's better than that giant Fender. But yeah, there you go. Got the frame slider kit coming with the covers and everything. It's super expensive, so it's in my shopping cart. Whenever I get money, I'll get to buy it, but it's expensive.